Delighted now to be joined on the Star Sport podcast all the way from across the Atlantic in America is Laura Nicholson. Welcome to the podcast, Laura.
Thanks, Kieran.
You've had an incredible journey. Obviously, we're going back years ago. You were the West Cork Sports Star Junior Award winner. And all these years later, you're still hitting the headlines in your local newspaper. Congrats on your 1 mile PB lately. We might just start with that. You set a smashing new PB indoor 1 mile. You're the fourth
Yeah.
fastest Irish woman ever over the indoor 1 mile, 11th now on the all-time list. I think you took 3.5 seconds off your previous PB. Tell us a small bit about that race and how well it went for you.
Yeah, definitely. So I went to Boston. There's kind of like two meets on the same weekend there. The bigger one would be at Boston University. But I went to Boston College's race at the New Balance track in Boston, on Friday. Just because like we thought it'd be a bit of a smaller field, kind of like a less messy race. So I was actually kind of disappointed, just with the way that I raced it. Like I don't know, we thought that it would kind of get out really hard at the front, so I was kind of gonna go like in the back, but I kind of let myself fall off like the front pack a bit too much, and then just came back really hard over the last 800 meters. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like obviously, like can't be too disappointed. Running a 4 second PB, but yeah, I guess I just like really felt like oh, like I wanted to like do it again, kind of like race it differently. I'm still kind of learning how to race, I suppose. So then I went again the next night at BU, and I ran like half a second slower. So I was pretty happy with that. Just I don't know, going back to back 2 days in a row, kind of running the same time. Like I am happy, but I guess it's also frustrating because I felt like I could run faster. If I can do it 2 days in a row, then like if I had another shot. But yeah.
Isn't that a great place to be, Laura? Like you ran a 4:30.85. That was your PB, but to come away frustrated, probably feeling that there was more in you, like that's a real sign of progress.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely really grateful just like to be healthy and just kind of able to train, I suppose, at the moment. Like that's really the only thing. Like that's what's the thing with the sport, I guess. Like you just have to be able to kind of like consistently train for like months and years, and that's kind of like when you start to see progress. But yeah, it's definitely a really good place to be.
You ran a 3,000 meter PB, I think, before Christmas as well. So you're obviously feeling good right now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of disappointed with that one as well. I don't know, my older sister's always giving out to me because she's like, oh, she's never happy. But I don't know, especially just like the way the sport is going, like everything's just getting so much faster. I'm probably going to miss out on NCAA nationals for indoors, but like any other year running 4:30, like you definitely would have got to go. So it's just like every year it's getting faster, faster, faster. Um, so yeah.
And what you put your improvement down to this year, or well, not improvement in terms of faster times?
I'm honestly just getting a bit fitter. Like I used to like I've always kind of had a bit of speed just like naturally. But yeah, definitely like my weakness was just like not really having like that aerobic base. So I've really been working on that, just kind of doing like it's easy stuff to do, like just like the tempo kind of runs. So it's like nothing crazy or kind of fancy, but yeah, just like week after week kind of just yeah, I suppose I've been building my mileage a bit more as well. So yeah.
And looking ahead, so for the weeks ahead, what's coming up in the kind of college schedule?
So we have nothing this weekend, and then we have our conference championships meet the weekend after. It's kind of a small enough conference, so probably nothing crazy will happen at that. I don't know, I might do the 3K there just like for a bit of a race. Um, and then after that, I guess I have to see if I'm going to make it to NCAA Nationals, which is in Virginia Beach. I think the weekend after that, I don't know the dates. It's sometime in March, second weekend of March, I think. But yeah, I'm ranked 22nd at the moment, and the top 16 get in. So like a few people won't do it, but I don't know if eight people won't do it. So yeah, I just kind of cross my fingers. But after that, yeah, I suppose then I'm kind of just gonna train for the rest of March and then get ready for the outdoor season.
Oh, great stuff. Like it's kind of you've had some adventure crossing the states because let's go. You're with Toledo, the University of Toledo now in Ohio, but
Yeah.
back to the very start, when you left West Cork to go across on a scholarship, like was that a big decision for you to make at the time?
I suppose I was just kind of young at the time. I didn't really think too much about it. I was kind of like in fifth and sixth year in school, and like coaches used to be like texting me on Facebook and stuff saying like, "Hey, do you want to come to America?" And obviously, I was like interested. So I don't know. I kind of went over to like visit two schools with my dad, and obviously like the facilities and everything are just like mad, and like there's like 30 girls on your team for you to train with, so it was kind of a no-brainer. Like I don't know, I just wanted to go. My coach at the time, he was like moving to Doha, so like I don't know, it just kind of made sense. Um Obviously then like when I went over there, it was kind of different than I'd expected. I kind of got very fairly injured the first 2 years I was there, which at the time was bad, but now I can still like be getting a master's degree and still running, so it's working out now for me. So
Was,
yeah.
when you went first, it was to Temple, wasn't it? You joined Temple
Temple University in Philadelphia, yeah.
in a couple of years there. So kind of in
Yeah.
terms of Temple, those couple of years, like you said, you were injured those couple of years. So were they hard, kind of you were in a new country, you were trying to kind of find your feet, injured, couldn't do what you wanted to do in terms of run and train and stuff. How
Yeah.
did you find those first couple of months and years?
Yeah, so it was my first 2 years at Temple. I was kind of injured. I had stress fracture both of my femurs like 1 year after the other. And like at the time, I suppose it wasn't great. Like I was upset, but kind of in hindsight, I'm almost nearly like not glad it happened, but sort of. Because I don't know, I guess I kind of took that time to like develop more as like a person than an athlete. Because like when you're a teenager and you're like so into a sport, like it almost kind of becomes like your whole identity. So then I don't know, I kind of feel like that like gave me space to like kind of step back from the sport and kind of like see myself as like a person before a runner. And I think like that stood to me now because it's like helps you like deal with the bad days, and like I don't know, if you don't have a performance that like if you have a bad performance or whatever, you're like upset with your race, it's like you're fine because like you're still like confident in yourself as a person, not just like your whole confidence is tied into your running, if that makes sense. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting in that take. So, Laura, is in like you don't want your identity just to be Laura the runner, Laura the athlete, like kind of the athlete is one part of who you are.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, I don't mind if other people are seeing me as that. Like, that's fine with me. But yeah, I suppose like something because a lot of the girls on my team here are a good bit younger than me. So that's kind of something we talk about. Just like I don't know, being able to like yourself as a person, not just like yourself because you're running fast. So then you hate yourself when you're running slow. That kind of thing. Yeah.
And then let's say obviously you're in Philadelphia in Temple University. How did the move to Toledo come about? Then, like, can you talk us through that?
Yeah, so I did my 4 years at Temple, so I graduated with bachelor's degree, and we kind of gone through a load of like I think three different coaching changes while I was there, and the team had kind of gotten smaller and smaller, so there's only about six of us left on the team when I was graduating. So it just kind of made sense that I'd like try to move to a new team, just kind of like get a new coach, like a bigger group of girls to train with. I really wanted to go to NCAA Cross, and our team at Temple probably was never going to qualify, so I really wanted to go to a team that could qualify. And we did do that this year at Toledo, so that was really fun. Um, but yeah, I honestly just like so there's like a transfer portal for athletes who want to like go to a different university. So I just kind of put myself in that and talked to about 10 different coaches, to be honest, over the Christmas break. My final year of undergrad. And I just really like the coach here at Toledo. So I don't know. I just decided to come here. I didn't like visit or anything because like I didn't really like, I don't know. I knew that it would be grand. Like when I came here, I just like wanted a coach that I could get along with and training partners basically. So yeah.
And it seems to be working out well so far. Like, and
Yeah.
what we've seen over the last number of years, Laura, like there's more and more athletes from West Cork going across to the American
Yeah.
colleges. We've I think Jane Buckley and Maeve O'Neill are at Providence, and
Providence, yeah.
Sean Lawton from Doris has gone across as well now at the moment. And talk to us about, I suppose, if there's kind of young up and coming athletes in West Cork who have the opportunity to go across, like what makes it such a good move to make?
Um, I think like for me, it's just like the training partners and like because it is kind of like a kind of be a bit of a lonely sport, and you're just like kind of going out there running by yourself every day, and then obviously like when you're competing, it's just like it's you out there, like you kind of have your teammates around you, but like it's just like you performing by yourself basically. um so it is kind of like a solo sport, but yeah, I don't know, I just like how it's all just like so built into your routine. Like I don't really have to like decide like, oh, will I go for my run now? It's like, okay, we're going for a run at this time and everyone meets up, and it's just kind of like built into your day. Like it's kind of like, brushing your teeth. It's not like will I, won't I? You just like do it. But yeah, I don't know. I suppose this the main thing is just like that you get along with your coach and like trust them, because definitely like especially when you're so young, like trying to find yourself and like figure out what you want to do, and you've like big expectations for your running and everything, like just like a coach that will be supportive and like prioritize you as a person, I suppose, before like you performing for their team.
You really seem to have found a home in Toledo, so like it just seemed to tick a lot of boxes for you straight away.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit of a transition moving from Philadelphia to here because it's like a much smaller city. It's more like suburbs type of thing going on. There's not really much to do. Um, but honestly, I kind of need it because like you can't really be doing too much to like run fast. So it's definitely helped me kind of just like have a better lifestyle, I suppose. Like I mostly just like go to practice, go to class, go to the sauna, drink tea with my friends. That's kind of about it. But yeah, I like it. Definitely it's kind of like the people make the place and like yeah, I have a few good friends here, really like the coach and yeah.
And how encouraging is it for you to kind of to see yourself putting in these good times now, kind of you're getting that kind of that body of work together, like touch wood, the injuries are behind you, like you're putting in those good times, is that really encouraging for you as an athlete to know that if I put in the work, I can get the result?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I don't know, those 2 years when I was injured, like I wasn't even really thinking about running that much, like because like I wasn't doing it, and then like there's no like real joy in the sport if you're just like doing it and not really seeing any progress, and that's kind of and it's so measurable as well. So like it can be a really hard sport because like you can literally see like compare like it's impossible not to compare yourself to where you were, where you want to be. Um, but yeah, it's definitely really encouraging and like I don't know, touch wood, I've kind of had like really smooth sailing, especially since I moved to Toledo. I'm just kind of like getting fitter every year, which is great. But yeah, it's definitely exciting.
You're a senior in Toledo, so does this mean it's your last year in the college, or what does the future look like for you, like beyond the summer?
Yeah, so I'm this summer like I won't be competing. I'll be competing this outdoor track season for Toledo and then I'm finished. So my NCAA time is over 6 years later. Um but after that, yeah, I don't really have a plan to be honest. I need to do an internship, so I won't graduate with my master's until next December. But yeah, kind of up in the air like what I'll do. Um after this summer, I'd really like to keep running, but I don't know, we'll kind of see like how realistic that is. Everyone's running really, really fast, so I need to kind of get on it if I want to like get into some sort of group or something. But yeah.
But that's why I suppose like running what you did like in Boston last weekend, running a PB like that, like again, that's very encouraging for you if you're coming to a crossroads in your kind of athletics kind of career and what's next, you must take great encouragement from that.
Hopefully, yeah. Like I'd really like to like, I don't know, get some sort of professional contract after I finish in college if that's possible. But yeah, everyone is running really, really fast at the moment. So I'm like nervous, I guess. Like I don't know if yeah, it's like fast enough, but yeah.
And I suppose that America is almost the place to be when it comes to athletics, isn't it? Kind of like you've seen, like obviously in Ireland here in West Cork with Bandon Athletic Club for so many years, but now you've been right into kind of the heart of it over there in the American colleges scene. So you're probably in the right place right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like it here. Yeah, like there's just like facilities. Like I don't know, there's like a track everywhere. Like every single high school in the whole country has just like a track that you can just go to. So it's like anywhere you go. Like I went to stay at altitude last Christmas with one of my friends in Salt Lake City and that there's like two tracks that I could run to just like from her house. Like, like I don't know. It's just like yeah, they've poured a load of money, I suppose, into like sport. Um but yeah, also the weather helps. Like it is cold, but there's blue skies. I was home for Christmas in Ballinascarthy this Christmas, and it's just like grey and wet and floods. But yeah,
Can you believe you spent 6 years in America? Is it actually 6 years you're over there? Like that's incredible. Like
this is my sixth year. I know, yeah, it's mad. It's like the whole length of my secondary school.
where like the kind of even how much you've kind of grown up and developed as a person itself. Like you went over there as a teenager. You think you're
Yeah.
24 now, Laura. So like you've done an awful lot of growing up. You could say over in America.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Um, I know it's kind of weird even to think back of like how I was when I first went over to America. I don't know. I'm like glad now that I came to this team as like a 20 something year old rather than like an 18-year-old. Because they definitely see like a slightly different version of myself than I was when I first came to the US. But yeah, it's definitely been a journey and like honestly the time has flown though. Like it doesn't really feel like 6 years, I guess. But yeah.
And like we mentioned there, the likes of Jane Buckley and Maeve O'Neill and a few more of those earlier. Like, is there like an Irish community over there? Like, would you link up with Maeve and or Jane, or would you get to see them at meets, or how does that work?
Yes, yeah, I was just talking to Maeve actually in Boston when she ran 204. It was really good performance. But yeah, we kind of just see each other at races. which is nice. I know I love running into people that I know, just to kind of bit of a like taste of home, I suppose, and just like I don't know, catching up with each other. Um, yeah, it's cool.
Oh, good stuff. And so what's the plan? So kind of, are you planning to come home after the season? Are you any trips home on the horizon or?
I honestly have no plans. Yeah, my visa is going to expire, so I either need to stay here or else go home and renew it for 6 months so I can graduate. But yeah, I'm not really much of a planner, so I don't really know what I'll do yet, but something.
Oh, no, good stuff. No, it's been so good to catch up with you, Laura. Continued success in the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months.
Yeah, thanks a million for having me, Kieran.